Y'all, we need to get it together. What's up, you guys? Your girl Captain Widescreen back again with another video. So today we're talking about chapter number 8 of the Female Friendship Guide. This is the book that my mom wrote with her colleague Amelia. We're talking about things a little bit differently because this chapter is all about advice. So if you have any advice for female friendships, drop it in the comments below because I'd love to hear it. But if you'd like to hear more about some friendship advice, especially as we're starting in 2024, getting it right, keep on watching. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? I've been out here, I've been putting videos out for you. I've been waiting for you to come watch them. Come watch the video. Gotta keep you. I am going to a couple of different things today that require me to look a little more put together than I look on normal days. You know, when I'm sitting down editing, doing all the extra stuff, I'm really out here looking too presentable. That's the best way to put it. It's not like I look bad. I'm just not really up for company in that way. So I figured I'd get this wax stick and come get my hair together, and then we can go through some friendship advice. Let's get started. So basically this chapter, which is chapter 8, is about women providing advice and inspiration to younger women like myself. Okay, sorry. Contact just did a little thing. These women all have had 25 plus years of female friendships and gave some advice to people like me and you who need, some extra help and support. So the first piece of advice is be the friend that you want to have, which I find to be so true because when I treat people how I want to be treated in friendships, just in life in general, it's a big part of people reciprocating that. This also works for romantic relationships too, because when I started treating myself the way that I would like to be treated in relationships, men sort of followed suit because they realized that, or decent people recognize that this is a person who's not just gonna let you slide with anything. You have to come correct or don't bother to come at all, because when you treat yourself and you treat your friends like how you want to be treated, it's more likely that they're going to treat you the same. So if you want to be a good friend, be a good friend. Be open-minded, be loving, be kind, be forgiving, be understanding when people are going through stuff, because especially as we get into this adult phase, our lives are so different than how they used to look when we were in high school, We just need to be accepting of people, Be willing to take a back seat, be willing to just do what you need to do. Take the time to understand yourself, set your standards and boundaries. Know when you'd be willing to compromise, and be flexible, and don't treat all your friends the same way. Treat them as individuals. I think that's the key part. Second piece of advice is being careful in your selection. And while we do that, I'm going to be careful with what I select for my little primer today. So I was thinking, just do a quick beat, nothing too crazy. Because, while I am going out today, I'm not planning to, do a whole lot. Doing the activities that I'm going out for are not anything big, splashy, or crazy. So that being said, we're going to go in with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum. This is their glow serum. It's like a primer and a glowy serum by itself. So, in the summertime, you could just wear this. No problem. When I usually think about being careful with my selection of friends and stuff, it's all about trusting your gut. A lot of the time, intuition will tell you things before someone else will, essentially. Your body will tell you if something doesn't feel right. Because, for example, there's been times in my life where something just felt off about a person, and I didn't really like how they felt towards me. So I just said, let me see how this goes. And then, lo and behold, later on, they weren't that great of a person. Surprise, surprise. In the guise of being careful with their selection, because not every friend is going to be a lifelong friend. not every friend is going to be someone that's supposed to stick around for the long term. And if you don't recognize where your friends are at their best and where your friends are at their worst, I have friends for different things. I have friends that are hobby friends. I have friends that are work friends. I have friends that are my close compadres. I tell them everything. I have a good mix. But you have to be careful in that selection and also use your discernment. Advice number 3, choose friends who will build you up. Oh, it's just like romantic relationships. I'm telling you, like when you have people around you that are excited I need to be putting on products. I'm out here just, I'm actually going to go in with my little baby concealer. This is the shade Chocolate from NARS. This is the Radiant Creamy Mini. I need to get it in a fuller size. I don't know what I was thinking getting this in a small size, but choosing friends that will build you up is such a big deal because there are a lot of people that will support you, say that they support you. You'll think that you have, people that are in your corner, and it turns out they were actively preying on your downfall the whole time, which is absolutely crazy because, why would you be preying on the downfall of someone that you call a friend? But some people are literally just like that, and that's truly a shame because you could literally just be supportive. Here's how to best discern if someone's actually being supportive or not while I move on to the next shade. If anytime that you have a piece of good news, something exciting happening in your life or whatever, and they're just like, oh, okay, they're not really happy for you, but they're happy for you, or they have something negative to say every time, that's probably not someone that you're going to want in your corner when things get tough because they might actively be celebrating your downfall. And that's crazy. Why would you want a friend around you that supports you feeling awful about yourself? Why would you want a friend that gets excited when stuff goes wrong? You want friends that are there to celebrate the successes and also be there for you during the losses. You don't want a friend that's out here just being a mean person. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. It's not a vibe. It is not a vibe. It's not allowed. Oh, and this blush is Love from Rare Beauty. Honestly, just if you find a Rare Beauty blush, get them before the 10-year-olds at Sephora jump. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, okay? I don't want them to jump me next, so I'm gonna stay out of that one. Next up, I'm gonna do bronzer. But while we bronze, be prepared for conflicts and changes. Because especially as you change from your university friends to full-fledged adult friends. Ooh, just scratch myself. Where's your bronzer? Basically, as soon as you switch from as soon as you sort of change from proximity friendships, as they like to call them, those are your university friends, your work friends, your school friends, etc., etc. When you start going through adulthood, there's going to be changes and ebbs and flows in your relationship. And I really hope that next week or so, I can finally get my bestie to come in and talk about how our dynamic changed and shifted throughout the years, because we've been friends for at least 20 years. Clearly, this is a friend that has been around and stuck through a lot of my life. But with that, you need to know that they'll change at different stages of your life. When you go off to school, your friends might change. When you come back from school, your friends might change. Your friends might even change while you're at school. And then your friends will also change as you go through different adulthood life milestones. So, for example, with myself, and I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray just to wet up my concealer again because it's been sitting for a little while. I'm starting off with blush though so that I can blend this part out, because I like to blend the blush up into my cheekbones a little bit. Just get it into the sides of my face like so, like that. But basically your friendships will change, the friendship dynamics will change, especially as you enter into adulthood and you don't have, milestones like university graduation, Everyone's on different paths. Some people are married. Some people I know have kids already. Some people I know are just getting started having their like first leads on life, you know? There's always going to be something that's going to happen, but just be okay with the fact that your friendships are going to ebb and flow and change in ways that like you may not always be prepared for, but you should be noticing them coming. Because again, like not every friendship that you make is going to last you a lifetime. Some friends are there for a season, some friends are there for a lifetime, but you know, you just kind of have to be prepared to roll with the punches as they come. So, on that note, it's important also to resolve those conflicts while they come up, because as you go through life, there's going to be things that change. Your communication styles might change. The way that you connect with your friends might change. So much of that is different, and you don't want to have conflicts that linger and stick around well past their due date, because those are the reasons that friendships can break up. Because even in my example with my very first video, if you guys click the thing right here, or maybe it might be on this side, I don't remember, but if you guys click that and see for yourself, I literally spent almost 2 years without hearing from a friend. And like, yeah, I probably wasn't going to continue that friendship just because of like everything that went down. But if she had communicated with me in a way that made sense at the time, maybe we wouldn't be where we're at right now. Maybe, I don't know. I can't fix the past. I can't change it. But if you ignore those conflicts and you think that, oh, I'm just gonna give her time and she'll forget about it eventually. She'll get over it eventually. It'll be fine. I did not forget, okay? I did not forget. So, you should be there for your friends when life changes and things happen, because things happen all the time, and your friends might have stuff that are happening at times that aren't convenient for you, but that doesn't mean that you need to shun them to the side just because it's not a good time. There's never a good time for bad stuff to happen, but bad stuff happens anyways. Is there ever a good time for good stuff to happen? All the time. Okay? But don't focus too much on minor arguments. Don't focus too much on a lot of other things. No one's perfect, so you don't expect your friends to be either. Now that we're all blended out, let's move on to the next piece of advice. Time investment is required. And I am definitely working through this one myself, because this year I said, I just want to show up and show out for my friends, because that means I'm showing up for myself. And the reason why I say that is because I've spent a lot of last year wallowing in sadness and pity and all these other emotions that like were not mine to take on in the first place. I wanted to just enjoy myself, enjoy my life, enjoy what I was doing. Oh, forgot to blend my nose contour. Look at me. About to be looking dumb as hell. But like I was enjoying my time. I was enjoying spending time with my friends and whatever in 2021 and 2022, but 2023 just took me by the neck and said, girl, no. You sit home. You gotta sit and think about these feelings for a little bit. I said, dang, I gotta be like, hey, I don't wanna do all that. But that's what I had to do, unfortunately. So, with that being said, like, it takes time and it takes a lot of effort to maintain healthy, strong relationships. So, like, with one of my friend groups, for example, we made it a point at one time, this is before, you know, marriages, relationships, and whatever else were on the horizon, but we made it a point to try and link up, even if it was just for dinner, once a month, because it feels like it's such a daunting task. It feels like it's impossible. I can't do this. It's so much work. Everyone's expecting so much of me. And yes, like friendships have expectations. Like I mentioned last week, you shouldn't go into your friendships expecting that like everyone's just going to be chill with however you decide your communication style is. Some people need more time. Some people need a quick check-in. Some people just need, you know, a little, hey, how's it going every few months, and they'll be straight. And I love that for them. But you gotta make sure that you're actually investing time and not just like being physically present as well, like listening, hearing what they're saying, actively planning stuff with your friends, because it's important. Like me and my bestie, we're trying to figure out when our next like meetup is. And I'm really looking forward to seeing her because I always just get like so motivated talking to my friends. Quality time is one of my love languages and I need it. Plus, I have a little gift for her and my other friends. Like, see that. Because, like, one-on-one time is really good too because that's how you really get to connect with your friends. I've been very grateful that, like, I have friends that even though I may not talk to them, like, every single day, we want to link up, we have the time to link up, we're going to link up. And that time investment is so important because then the next time you catch up, oh, what happened next? Oh, what happened the last time I seen you in this? Oh, what da 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 da. And now you have a rapport. Now, if you see something on social media that you're like, oh, so-and-so would like this, I like it. So send it to them, girl. Send it to them. Number 6 is you got to communicate. To get up. This is the Makeup Revolution Super Fix Spray. I bought this through the website though, so I don't know if it's actually available in Canada, but you can buy it through the website and it will ship to your house. I like to do that sometimes because this is basically Charlotte Tilbury. So ask for help. Communication is key. Last year, like I said, I was going through friendship breakup and it was really taking a toll on me. And I just said to my friends, like, hey guys, I'm not doing okay right now. And one of my friends, I love her to death. I love you to death. If you're watching this, I love you to death, okay? She was so concerned. She was ready to pull up on me. But all I needed from my friends was just to have that acknowledgement that, like, someone else is here for me, right? Because I needed to communicate to them that I was not doing okay. And when I was able to communicate that, that was the process of me starting to get better. Because I don't like to share when things are going wrong in my life because I don't always like to burden people with my problems. I always feel like my problems are really small. I don't feel like I need to burden other people with them. And I usually reserve that for a select few people. But that communication can really make the difference in how people see you, how they help you, and so on and so forth. Say what's on your mind. Don't hesitate. If you're not feeling something that somebody's doing, tell them. Be transparent in what you want to do. Don't like be afraid to be open, to be friendly with people. Offer a listening ear whenever someone needs it because you never know what people are going through, and that open communication will literally make all the difference in your friendships. Trust me, it will make all the difference. Don't you forget. I'm talking to you. Okay? Don't you forget that the communication goes both ways. So if somebody has an issue with you, listen. Listen first and assess. Is this something that I can fix? Is it something that I can change? Is it something that I should fix? And then is it something that I should change? Because sometimes the call is coming from inside the house. So make sure when you're communicating with people that you're also listening to them because they might be giving you tips and feedback on how to be a better friend to them. And isn't that part of being a good friend too? Next up is accepting friends for who they are. Please, accept your friends for who they are. Because a lot of the time, a lot of people see me, for example. I'll just use myself. People see me and they think, oh, Jessica is doing this, doing that, da-da-da-da, she's outside, she's whatever. I am in the house. I share what I feel like sharing with the internet, and the rest of it is in the house. I love my bed and I love my space. I am not an exciting person. I'm so sorry to break it. I like very boring, basic, simple things, but that's who I am. And if you're somebody who's expecting like, go, go, go all the time, we gotta be outside, we gotta do this, that, da, 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 da. I'm not that girl. I'm so sorry. I am not that girl all the time. I can be, but I'm not her all the time. And with that being said, you know, whenever you feel like things are a little bit off with a friend and you're like, oh, what's going on? Da, 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 and they're just like, oh, I never thought that you'd be this type of friend. Those people are not your friends. Those people are not your friends. I can tell you that for free because a real friend knows who you are and accepts you for who you are. They're not going to try and change you. They're not going to try and push you to be anybody that you're not. They're going to accept you exactly for who you are. And, you know, at worst, they're going to tell you about yourself in a way that actually helps you get better at being a decent human being. not someone who's gonna put you down, make you feel some type of way, this, that, and the third. They're gonna tell you about yourself, but they're gonna be nice about it. They're gonna be respectful about it. And I'm just using a little bit of the one size pink powder to get the corner of my eyes. This pink is just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't even need it, but like I just like it. It's just a nice little extra brightening touch in the corner, inner corner. None too great. Don't expect your friends to be these perfect people all the time. They make mistakes. They go through stuff. Accept what you can accept and leave what you can't. When you see a friend for who they are, believe them. And if it's not someone that you are interested in being around, then don't. But if it's something where it's like it's a little small thing and it's small slight, like, oh, I don't really like the way that this person does XYZ. They're always this way whenever big things happen to them, small things happen to them. That's who they are. And if you don't like it, you don't have to stay. It's okay. You'll be all right. Number 9 is shared gender can be empowering. While I put on a lip. Ooh, maybe I'll do my brows first, actually. I'm sorry. I'm doing brows first. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. There you go. This is the ABH Clear Brow Gel. I don't really do much to my brows, to be honest. They're micro shaded. Like, I need a wax, but I don't really do much to them outside of that because they be knowing, bro. Shared gender friendships can be so empowering because there's just things that you can't talk to about with men. Like, sometimes men are the problem. Like, this is coming from a girl who is very much happy in her relationship. Men are a lot of the times the problem. And I'm not saying that to be facetious. I'm not saying that to do whatever, but it's like, it's really important to have other people of the same sex, other people of the opposite sex who understand kind of where you're at, and you can just bounce some ideas off. Because, sometimes people be making you feel a little bit crazy. And so you need your friend who's like, girl, no, you're not being crazy. In fact, you didn't do enough. I need those people in my life. Those are important people to me. Spatula. Yeah. Just something about this spatula. I don't know. Like, when I got my brows waxed and I can really do this, oh, it's gonna be over for y'all. It's gonna be. I'm a good looking girl. The reason why having same gender friendships can be so important is because think about it this way. You have your circle of friends. You love your little circle of friends. You think everything's good. You think, I'm gonna be with these guys forever. And then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna casually do a little 1-2. It's not gonna be that serious. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. It's fine. Then all of a sudden, you haven't seen your friends in a year. Then all of a sudden, it's been 2 years. Now your relationship lock off. Who do you call? Oh, okay, because I know who I'm calling if some stuff goes down, right? So if that's me, and I have a small poco yoko group of friends, right? If you have nobody to call on, if you have no one to lean on in times of strife, if you have no one who's going to understand, those feminine issues that we just have to deal with, who are you going to talk to about it? Because, like, at the end of the day, you can't talk to your man about that. You cannot. There's just some things you just can't talk to your man about. Like, what if you just decide, like, oh, I want to go on this type of birth control. My friend's on this type of birth control. How does it go for her? What does she like about it? What does she dislike about it? Even though, yes, every body is different, sometimes the symptoms are similar. If you have a period friend that you share similar symptoms with, you know what that's like. So imagine now you're going to decide to try birth control, and then you're with your partner, and he's like, oh, well, I have no idea about this. Of course you don't. You don't have to take it. So don't throw away your female friendships under the guise of anything. If you need new female friends, that's different. But if you have solid ones that are in your corner, should be there for you, are there for you, make it. Like, on that, guys, though, the last piece of advice that it says is, like, not all of it is positive. And that is very true. Because Sometimes friendships are fake. Sometimes female friends aren't being 100% genuine with us. They are lying about certain things or feelings or whatever else. They can be catty, they can be callous, they can be rude, all of the above. But, oh, and I'm using the Dior, what is this? Dior Show Minimizer Lash Primer. I'm gonna put on the Fenty mascara afterwards. Not every female friendship is meant forever. Not every woman that you come across is going to be a lifelong friend. Once again, use your discernment, see what people are like, see what's popping before you go and start delving into your entire life story and family history. Because not every girl is here for you. Not every girl is here. But when you do find those really solid friends and you think of like what could be potentially like your next group of like girls, your compadres, your people that are in your corner, think about the people that make you feel the happiest. Think about the people that you feel motivated by. Think about the people that you feel happiest when you're around them. When you get off the phone, you feel like, that was such a nice phone call. Those are feelings that those are feelings that I enjoy in my relationships with my friends. And that's always the feeling that I come back with. Even if it's a short visit, even if it's something small, it's always making sure that your friends make you feel good in that capacity. And like, obviously, this doesn't apply if they're going through a crisis or you're going through a crisis. But when you come out of the bad thing, the good thing, whatever else, and you feel like, okay, I can do this. Yeah, those are your people. Those are your girls. While I put on the mascara, let's go into the discussion questions for this chapter. So I'm going to move right into number 2 because we talked about all the advice, so everything connects with me. Which area do you think you need to improve on within your existing friendships? Definitely the in-person one-on-one time, because I am very much, I'm going to text this person, I'm going to text that person, see how they're doing, message them on Insta, message them wherever. But I'm not always good at linking up with people, and I'm trying to be better with that this year. I've already started, so it's going good. But like, I just want to be a little bit more consistent with that because there's so much going on and there's constantly something happening and people can easily fall through the cracks. I don't want my friends to feel like, oh, I never message them, I never hear from them, or they never hear from me. I want them to feel like they can hit me up whenever. Like, even if we don't talk every single day, that's definitely something that I would like to do more of this year, and I'm definitely aiming to do that. Like I said, all I want from this year is to show up for myself and show up for my friends. Outside of that, I'm coasting. I'm just trying to exist. Because showing up for me means I get to show up for y'all. So you're welcome. Do I want to do bottom lash mascara? I think I do. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. So, discussion question. Uno, dos. Based on my experience, would I add any more words of wisdom to the above? I'd say make sure that when you're looking to reassess your female friendships, if you're looking to gain new ones, just be open. Just be open to whatever life throws at you. I have met some people in the last 3 months that have genuinely become some really great support people in my life. Like, sometimes you just know, and you have to kind of trust your instincts a little bit to tell you when things are going right. I always preach not throwing away your female friendships for a man, because men come and go, but friends are here to stay, especially the good ones. But don't also close yourself off. If you're the type of person who's oh, I'm kind of full on friends right now, you're not full on acquaintances. You're not full on colleagues, and you're not full on corporate workplace type folks. I don't know the right word. Work colleagues. Professionally related work colleagues, because those people can really help in furthering your career. It's great to have female friends that have common interests. It's great to have female friends that, you work professionally with, because sometimes when there are jobs, when there's things going on, they might call upon you. If I didn't maintain some good relationships with people last year, I might not have gotten some of the work that I did last year. It's literally just that simple. I agree that female friendships are complicated. Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a lot of emotions. We go through hormones. We have expectations of our friends that we hold to a higher standard sometimes than we do our platonic relationships. Okay? And it can get complicated. There's feelings. There's a lot of things that go unsaid. You don't always know when things are going to turn out right if they left, but female friendships are complicated. I can confirm. Let's put on a lip. I feel like doing something very basic today again, but I'm going to try and switch it up just for the sake of the video. So we're going to add a couple of things, but I need to actually find where they are first. Luckily that ordered down. I picked the right jewels. So we're gonna use this really sorry looking BFF4 pencil from ColourPop. This was from the Makeup by Shayla collab. Yeah, don't ask some questions, because I'm gonna use it. And then we're gonna use the Clinique. This is Black Honey Pop, I believe. Their gloss. I don't know the right words for this. I got it and I like it. So I'm gonna put that on the bottom, like so, like that. And then a little bit on the top. So this is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Cream, and this is in the shade Bubble Binge. So yeah, Bubble Binge, she's going, you guessed it, right in the middle. And now we've got a cute little kind of red, kind of brown, kind of pink lip, and I love it. Okay, so now my face is done. So we went from this to this. I like her. My eyelash keeps getting stuck to the corner of my eye, which is kind of not fun, but what else is new? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This was really fun to do it a little bit different today. It's kind of a bit of a longer video, so I'm sorry about that. But if you do like longer videos, then you're welcome, I guess. But I appreciate you guys for sticking around. If you have any other friendship advice that you'd like to provide in the comments, please drop them down below. And, subscribe to my channel. What are you doing? But I will see you guys next week, because we are posting every Sunday. And, I'm really sad because the friendship god is coming to an end soon. We have how many chapters left? 1, 2, 3. So 3 more weeks of content for the female friendship guide, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And by break, I probably mean 1 week. We'll see. But after that's done, then we're going to move into a new series. So what should I do next? Let me know. See you guys next time. Bye.